you doing? It's Mr. Do the Math, and today we're going to talk about Pythagorean Theorem. And we're going to classify triangles based on their side lengths. Alright? So, let's just dive into it. Pythagorean Theorem is basically, we'll call this theorem, this is going to be theorem 7.1, right? 7.1. And Pythagorean Theorem reads the longest side squared equals the two legs squared, right, of a right triangle. Okay? So if we have a right triangle, the longest side is going to be, if the longest side squared equals the two legs squared, then you have a right triangle. So this is the way it reads, like the square of the length of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the legs squared. Right? Alright, so you have a right triangle, right? The main thing you need to know is that the opposite side of the right angle is always the hypotenuse. Say it with me, hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. Fantastic. Alright, so the two parts of the triangle that make up the right angle, they're called the legs. Say legs.
Legs.
Alright, so Pythagorean Theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, or c squared equals a squared plus b squared. A's are always the legs. A's and B's are always the legs, right? The hypotenuse is the C. Okay? So, the hypotenuse is always C, right? A and B can be interchangeable. So, this could be A or this could be B. This could be B or this could be A. A and B represent the legs, right? The hypotenuse is always C. We good so far?
Yes.
Alright, so that's what we did in our do now today. Okay? So let's do an example, right? So if I had I said that was 5, that was 12. X. What's A, what's B, what's C?
A is
Yeah, keep going.
A is 5.
A could be 5, right?
A is 12.
B is 12.
C is X.
C is X. Alright, so in Pythagorean Theorem, that would be 5 squared plus 12 squared equals X squared. 5 squared is what?
25.
25 plus 12 squared?
144.
144 equals how much?
X squared.
Equals X squared. Alright, 25 plus 144? 169. Alright, so we already know how to undo squares. In order to undo squares, we need to take the square root. Alright, the square root of 169 is
13.
very good. So x equals 13. Okay? So again, a squared plus b squared equals 169. 169. You take the square root, you get 13. Alright, that's simple. Alright? But what if we have a word problem? I want to see if you can follow me. Alright? So the word problem says this. Alright? I want you to draw what you hear. Alright? It says a 15-foot ladder rests against the side of a house. Alright? The ladder touches the house 10 feet above the ground. How far away is the house from the base of the ladder? Okay? Can somebody describe to me what I should draw? Yeah, Molly.
You draw like a triangle, like a.
You want to draw a triangle like this?
Yeah.
All right. So what's what?
And then you said 15 foot high.
That I said the ladder is the 15-foot ladder.
All right, so do that.
This part. How high is this part?
15.
What do you say?
It's 10. Right. This part of the house. Right. That's part of the house. All right. This is the ladder. How long is the ladder?
15.
The ladder is 15. Right.
The bottom is X.
and the bottom is x. We don't know. Okay? It says the ladder was leaning against the house. Since the ladder is leaning against the house, that's what it looks like. It says the top of the ladder is at 10, right? It's 10 feet. We have to figure out how far away the base of the ladder is from the house. Okay? This is beautiful. What's up, Kiara?
So when you do 15x equals, 15 squared equals 10 squared plus 2x, x squared.
X squared. Alright. So 15 squared is what?
225.
Very good. 225 equals 100 plus x. Right?
Yep.
Subtract 100 from both sides is 125. Right? Can somebody give me this answer in simplest radical form? Right? What's the square root of 125 in simplest radical form? Alright. How many quarters is this? 125 is how many quarters?
This one is 5.
So it's 5 times 25, right?
It's 5 square root 5.
Very good. 5 root 5. Good job, big dog. Alright, 5 root 5. Alright, like, is it like 11.2? Is that what y'all got?
Yeah.
11.18.
11.18. Alright. So, this is the length, right? It's going to be 11.2 feet. Something like that, right? I think I'll let you know. It's say either round to the nearest tenth or round to the or leave it in simplest radical form. If we're talking about length, it's best to put it as a decimal, right? Because you can actually see that. Okay. All right. Now, what about the area of the triangle? If we looked at the same problem here, right? If we look at the same problem, Alexis, how would we find the area? What would be the area of this triangle? What's the formula for the area of a triangle? Base times height over 2. Okay? So the base is in this problem 11.2, right? The height is what? 10. All divided by 2. Right? 56? 56. Alright, 56. Alright? Let's give you one more example. Alright? One more example, then we're gonna go to the next part. Alright? If you got this triangle here, and I drew an altitude there, right? And I said this is H, this is 25, this is 25, this is 7, this is 7. Alright? And we wanted to find an area. Alright? If you wanted to find an area, what's the first thing you think you need to do? Find a height, right? We need to find a height. Alright, based on this situation, what would you do to find a height? Pythagorean Theorem. So you'll have 25 squared equals 7 squared plus h squared. Right?
Right.
25 squared would be 625 equals 49 plus h squared. Subtract both sides from 49. And you get what?
76.
576 equals h squared. You take the square root of 576, you get h equals 24. So now we know what the height is. The height is 24. Alright? With the height being 24, we'll take the height and the base and then put it into the formula for the area of a triangle, which is base times height over 2. So the height, 24, times the base. Base is what?
7.
Very good. 14.
14.
Yeah, 7 plus 7 over 2. Alright? Now you can tell me what you get. So 24 times 14.
168.
168. 168. Okay? We all good so far?
Yep.
So what we've done is we've calculated the measure of the missing side, and we took it a step further and we found the missing side, and then we found the area of that triangle. Alright, all of this is surrounding what kind of triangles? Right triangles. Right? Now we're going to look at classifying triangles. We're going to look at classifying triangles, right? So Here, the first example is, so let's go to 7.2. 7.2, theorem 7.2 says this. If the square of the longest length, if the square of the longest side, right, is less than the sum of the other two sides, right? So if a squared plus b squared is bigger than c squared, then you have an acute triangle. Everybody good with that so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if a squared plus b squared is bigger than whatever c squared is, it's an acute triangle. All right. And then theorem 7.4, well 7.3, we already is this. This is actually 7.3. 7.4 then is this. If c squared is bigger than b squared plus a squared, then you have an obtuse. You have an obtuse triangle, right? So the first part is, so this is how you classify triangles, right? Classifying with side lengths, right? Whenever they give you the length, right? So you would always take, so the first thing you want to do is you want to identify what the longest side is. Always make the longest side C, right? Make the longest side C, and then set everything else. And then set up your problem. Set it up, right? So it's going to be c squared equals a squared plus b squared. And then see what happens, right? You get it, Micah? See what happens. Huh?
Do you care if you put the A, B first?
No, it does. Like A and B are interchangeable. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter because they're gonna always be on the opposite side of the longest side of a triangle. They're gonna always be on the opposite side of a triangle. Okay. So if let's practice right fast. Let's give it a try. If I gave you a triangle that has sides 12, 17, and 8. Alright? What kind of triangle is this? Classify this triangle. What would I need to do? Somebody tell me what I need to do. Yeah, Maria. Add 8 and 17. 8 plus 17? Equal to 12? Equal to 12? Y'all agree with that?
No.
No, what should it do?
Add the square. Add the square.
So, say it again, Molly.
A squared plus 7, or
A squared plus what?
17 squared
17 squared?
equals 12.
Equals 12 squared. Y'all agree with that?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
What should it be, Kiko?
It should be a squared plus 12 squared equals 17 squared.
Oh yeah, 'cause that's the longest side.
Right, because 17 is the longest side. Remember, you gotta put the longest side, right? The longest side is always C. Okay? So let's do that. So that's 64 plus 144 equals 17 squared is what?
289.
289. Alright, let's see. 289 and that's gonna be 208. So which number is bigger?
C.
C is bigger. So since C is bigger, what kind of triangle is this?
Obtuse.
Very good. This is an obtuse triangle. Okay? That's what we do. Okay?
It's easy.
Really.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna make it hard, but like real quick. Alright, let's do one more of those, right? Let's do one more of those. Alright, if I gave you a side, this is 7, 5, and 8. What kind of triangle is that? Alright, how would I set this one up, Diggy?
A squared plus 5 squared equals 7 squared.
A squared plus 5 squared equals 7 squared?
No.
What should it be?
5 squared plus 7 squared equals 8 squared.
Right. the biggest side is by itself. 5 squared plus 7 squared is 8 squared. Alright, so we got 64, 49, 25. Alright. So when we add these two together, we get what?
74.
74 is greater than 64.
Right.
So the A plus the B is greater. So it's what kind of triangle?
Cute.
It's a cutie. Alright? It's a cutie. That was funny. Okay.
Give your pop for that one.
Alright. Here we go. Y'all ready to play with some, let's play with a polygon. Alright? Rhombus. What is a rhombus? What does a rhombus look like?
A diamond.
A rhombus looks like a what?
Rhombus.
Why I can't say rhombus?
Because it's not.
Rhombus. That's terrible. Alright, so a rhombus. Alright, looks like a diamond. Alright, check this out. This rhombus, we want to find the perimeter of the rhombus, right? Rhombus, you find the perimeter of the rhombus. I always say rhombus. Alright, the diagonals are 6 and 10. Alright, the diagonals are 6 and 10. So we'll make this diagonal 10 and this diagonal 6. Right? Here's something that's special about rhombuses. Alright? The diagonals, they intersect to make right angles, right? They're perpendicular. Who said that? 2 times. Alright? The other thing is the diagonals intersect, they bisect each other. Right? They bisect each other. So if I made this one 10 and I made that one 6, what's the measure of this side here?
10. Oh, wait.
So the whole diagonal is 10. It was bisected. So it's what?
5.
So that's 5. That's 5. This is then 3 and 3. Right? We need to find a perimeter. Alright? The perimeter is the sum of the sides, the exterior sides, right? Inside your rhombus, what do you see?
Numbers.
How many?
4.
You see 4 triangles, right? So let's pull out one of these triangles. They're right triangles, right?
Yep.
So how will we figure out what these outside measures will
You
be?
plug in the numbers.
Plug in the numbers to what?
You put 5 on the side.
5 on the side,
3 on the bottom.
3 on the bottom,
X.
and X on the other side.
Yup.
Alright, so then let's solve. So it's got 5 plus 9 equals X squared. 5 plus 9 is what?
What?
Yeah, I meant 15. 15 plus 9. Alright, so that's going to be what?
Why?
Well, it's not 15, it's 5.
Oh, it's 25. Oh, good catch. Alright, 25 plus 9 is what? 34. 34 equals X squared. Right? The square root of 34 gives us what?
5.8.
So the square root of 34 is what? You said 5.8? Alright, so that's the measure of X. Huh?
35.
It's
Yeah.
Monday.
I heard 5 and 5's on my head. Alright, so here we go. So all of these sides are going to be 5.8. So the perimeter is going to be 5.8 times 4. Right? So P equals, combien, how much?
23.2.
23.2?
Yep.
5.8.
Good. Alright, 23.2.
That's a fancy word.
No, I'm sorry.
It show is.
Alright, 23.2. Alright. So, Micah, the thing about it is, let's review. Alright, so, if A squared, I'm going to rewrite all of this stuff, right? So, we already know that Pythagorean Theorem is A squared plus B squared equals C squared, right? And to classify triangles, this needs to happen, right? If A squared plus B squared equals C squared, we have what kind of triangle? A right triangle. Right? If A squared plus B squared is greater than C squared, that means the sides are bigger than the long side is what? It's a cutie. Right. And then if A squared plus B squared is less than C squared, which means that the longest side is the biggest, 2C. Right? And that's it. And also remember that C is always the longest side. C is always the longest side. Okay? Any questions? So like that's somebody's hand with it. That's the first 2 lessons of this chapter. What's up, Julian? You got something to say? Alright, okay. Alright, so don't forget to like and subscribe if you have any questions, comment below. Just to do the math out.